No promises.
Can we accidentally leave you in the next town that we visit?
No.
You guys are starting.
Malagos, Saren will make sure nothing bad happens to you. If you do die, she'll probably make an agreement with like an eldritch lich to bring you back to life at the detriment to her own freedom.
Yeah. Don't quite know how I feel about that, but all right.
Saren is the epitome of ride or die.
This is
Nobody
100%
move.
also why we have the rumors that we do about Sarah and Malagos.
Yeah,
Cat
that's
is like a T-Rex. If nobody moves, they can't see us.
Let me know how that works out for you.
They get eaten by the
well,
T-Rex.
somehow Hox disappeared, and this person called Hoxley is in his place. Presumably, Hox is just standing really, really still.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Saturday, finally.
Thank God.
This Saturday took far too long to come around.
I know, right?
To those of our watchers that celebrate Easter or anything remotely close to it, Happy Easter. It's tomorrow. Tonight is D&D. We might have a shorter session tonight because we got a couple people out. I don't want to go too far without everybody here. But, check out our Discord, and we even sent out a little Happy Easter thing on Twitter with a wonderful D&D representation of the Cadbury Bunny. So enjoy that.
If Saren tries to befriend that bunny, we all need to collectively stop her.
I'm sorry, if Saren does what? If Saren does what?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I don't cook a friend.
Befriend that bunny.
Which bunny?
The one that's a dragon.
I
No,
thought Australians were not bunny friendly.
no, we're
they're
not.
But I mean, depends on the bunny. The last bunny I met tied me up, and I was kind of okay with it. So
Oh.
That's how we're starting stream. Okay.
I mean,
Are you surprised?
You know, if that's really where we want to go, it's. I mean, if we learn more and more about Saren every day.
No.
No.
But anyway, on a more serious note, on my note, finished out if you look at our YouTube shorts, I did finish out the Ecto collection of the little blind boxes, so check out that whole collection on the YouTube shorts, give those some love. Here to announce that our own Haku, who plays Hawks in this campaign, is going to be providing us with some content. We're currently going through the videos, doing some editing and stuff like that, and we'll be posting those on the YouTube channel. And if any of our current players here want to upload content, that's perfectly fine, and that's what we're going to use our Duo Friends logo for, is for all the people who are in this community to show off their game playing skills and to add content for the eclectic user out there that might not just like D&D, they might like other things. And I can't play all the games, so somebody else has to play all the games. Oh, we have something special coming up for everyone tomorrow. By popular demand, the, I don't know what to call the group, but the crazy rejects are back on Sons of the Forest on the island.
So
Tomorrow.
You can just call us Forsters.
Yeah. Tomorrow
Hunters.
evening, that whole group will be back, and there will be more complete chaos as we play through the completed Sons of the Forest game. We'll see how far we get on our second playthrough, because none of us has touched it since the first one. So Oh, yes. Next week is our break for Journeys in Djruthourhi. This week is Okami's break for Adventures Anonymous. And hopefully during the breaks, by the time you see Adventures Anonymous again, I will have revamped our entire streaming setup. It is going to be a lot of work, but hopefully it will be done with new overlays and something to kind of make us more standardized, because right now it's a little bit different between Adventures Anonymous and Journeys. So we're going to try and get that worked out and fixed. Just kind of some spring cleaning, I guess you would say. What else? Think. Oh, as always, I have to say this every once in a while. We are funded completely by donations here, both from our players, from myself, and from our watchers. And if you like what we do here and want to contribute, it's by no means a responsibility or a requirement. We do have a link down to our PayPal here in the tip jar. It's all the shilling you'll get out of me for another 3 or 4 months. So, I try not to do that very often. But anyway, without further ado, I shall get this thing started. So we'll be back in just a moment, guys.
That just sounds like the normal bag you get at the freaking cinema, so.
Can you like quantify it in size in terms of like Costco chickens? Or
1.5 Costco chickens.
okay, a good amount
It's
of
about
popcorn.
an eighth of a washing machine.
Did you just say an eighth of a washing machine?
Yep.
I mean, if
That's
the
how
way you wanna
Americans measure things,
quantify
right?
it. As we do a little bit of a recap here, 2 sessions ago we had the lightning cross go across the sky, and the celestial figures come down, obviously corrupted by something. A battle was initiated, and they turned out to be a little bit of a challenge in some areas. However, after using some holy spells and some radiant damage, our heroes were able to clear up this corruption and revert them back to their normal selves. There was a bit of tension on the deck as one of the crew had made a late game blow to one of the creatures and disobeyed orders. But after a bit of de-escalation by our lovely Kyrie, the Celestials left.
Was it Kyrie or was it Mia that diffused the situation? Because I could have sworn it was Mia.
Oh,
It was a mix of both.
it is a mix of both.
It was mainly them respecting Kyrie as a healer.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyrie was granted a boon, and with no one else asking any questions, the Celestials left the deck and went about whatever business such beings went about. The storm had cleared itself up. Clear skies as we continue our sailing. Travis had sent
On
a
our journey
message.
to the west.
Technically,
What?
yeah. Travis
Shall
had
sail the 7 seas.
sent off a message before we ended last time, and if Travis would like to read off that message.
The message I sent.
No, the message that Amber sent.
Yes, the one you sent.
Sarcasm.
It rains really here.
Made contact with them. We've been attacked by corrupted Celestials. One casualty, but otherwise fine. Unclear as to final destination. We'll keep you informed.
And Travis, you do not get a response back right away. However, after a minute or so, a familiar voice does come into your mind. Keep up the good work. Keep the message safe for now. The fleet is in the lookout for y'all. Be careful who you trust. Regards to Hawks.
Ah,
Regards, Chili.
I mean, she's not
boy.
going to say anything else to a middleman. She's
Yeah, you
not going
think
to say,
that's-
tell Hawks, I
Think
miss
she's
their
gonna
leg.
confess her undying love for Hawks if it exists to a subordinate officer?
Ouch!
Well,
if it exists,
non-commissioned,
wow.
non-commissioned
Tell Fox I
officer.
miss his fish butt.
Let's get this straight here. Non-commissioned officer.
But still, you're not going to say to someone, hey, can you tell this person I have a crush on that I miss their fishy thighs? Pass it on for me?
I miss how
Yeah,
you
no,
smell fishy.
that is the thing. Anyway,
It's akin to hearing your sibling.
Somebody get
Someone-
Saren some water with that popcorn.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, can you hear us?
No, he's commenting on how thirsty you sound.
anyway, Travis, shortly after getting the message, is going to take a moment to finish smoking his pipe, and after dumping out the ash, is going to approach Mia, and after a brief salute, gonna start talking to her. So, two things real quick. Actually, three things. I don't think I've ever been told how to address you.
We don't really have formal. I'm not a ranking officer of any kind. I am just a person in a group of
Very
other
well.
people.
You're currently a
Mia,
captain
then?
of a ship.
Sure, call me captain.
I call her captain all the time.
No, you don't.
Anyway, that out of the way, two things. First of all, thank you for stepping in there.
Nice.
I had not handled that as well as I should have.
Well,
And the second matter, I was just in contact with Jessamine.
regarding
Basically, general update from me, and she has and the message she sent back was for us to keep a lookout. The fleet is got their eyes peeled for us.
okay.
Other than that, I would like to get the crew a bit more organized into a day and night watch. If you'll let me handle that, I'll meet up with you later in the day to give you a list for your approval or disapproval.
I also have a few notes. First note, if you are going to actively be a crew on my ship, you should listen to what the people in my group have to say. As far as I'm concerned, your love is with the other people that we have taken on until otherwise, redecided at a later date. So while I may be the captain of this crew, if anyone in Light's Gambit tells you to stand down, use non-lethal damage, anything like that, stop talking, walk away, consider it a direct order. I
Very well.
endorse their judgment. Mostly, I cannot say that's 100% of a fact, but about 90, 70% I can endorse.
So orders within reason.
Boy.
Secondly, bold of you to assume we don't have a watch schedule. I default that to my first mate, who is should be.
We do have a watch schedule. Sorry for interrupting, Mia. I do the daytime looking and Galloy does the nighttime looking.
And I can take over while Galloy needs to, I don't know, grub
I
rust
can
off
get
his
all of the
armpits.
rest I need whilst keeping a lookout.
So you're telling me that you can actively be perceiving dangerous threats and power down at the same time?
Affirmative.
Really?
I don't think that that's true, but okay.
I need to go into a state of low power that I am still able to perceive that around me.
He stopped.
Now, this could just be Sierra being ignorant, but I thought that constructs also need to do, like, their version of a trance, which means you can't really actively be doing anything.
I believe.
You can see and hear as normal, it doesn't render you unconscious.
Well, a trance doesn't eat, but you're not actually able to actively be doing things.
Yeah, but it says here it doesn't render you unconscious, and you can see and hear as normal.
Okay.
Considering that my sight and perception abilities are exceptional on their own without me having to do anything.
I'm not trying to do anything. I was just wanting clarification.
Yeah, the way I would rule something like that is if Galloy was on watch while resting, probably could not do like active perception checks. It'd probably just have to go off the passive wisdom and stuff like that, or the passive perception, because
That was okay. That was my question.
yeah, I mean
Okay.
it wouldn't be like at disadvantage because you're asleep, kind of like you guys would be.
For
Like
sure,
here-
yeah.
But it would be, yeah, he would be aware of things and all that, but like doing active perception checks or trying to focus in on something would of course interrupt that rest, just as if any of you would wake up.
Thank you for clarification.
No problem.
All right.
But it is a nice little perk of the Warforged.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool. So we have a night and a day. I would have you go see Malagos for what she has told hired crew regarding night and day, shifting of taking care of
Buddies.
basic ship maintenance.
Very well.
We all have like a designated job, but kind of covering spots as needed. So my opinion, and this could be a different opinion than everyone else in Light's Gambit, is that if we keep as much to our own duties, we can make sure those are done 100%, and anything that we have left over, obviously we're going to bleed out into the other jobs around the ship. It's a large ship, we're a few people. Obviously we can cross over and help where needed. I just don't want to step on Malagos's toes by having you take over a first mate job. Does that make sense?
Very well. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, as long as all of that's Gucci, I don't think we'll have problems moving forward. Curious, because I don't know you. How often have you encountered anything from the astral plane, anything from Shadowfell? Actually, how versed in other planar beings are you?
Most experience I've had was putting down a rebellion whose leader had hired a mercenary specialized in extraplanar summoning. That didn't end well for anyone involved.
What kind of things were summoned?
Demons mostly.
Oh, I wish we were dealing with just demons. But we're not. So, has anyone been able to talk to you long enough to give you a history of what we're doing and why?
I've spoken a little bit with Saren, but that was mostly on where the ship will eventually end up. Other than that, I have not really been given a full breakdown on what our end goal here with this venture is.
And you just signed up?
Signed up? No. Got voluntold? Yes.
Ah, got it. Yeah, because I was really going to ask you to check your crazy if you signed up for that. There is an exceedingly large threat happening on multiple fronts, coordinated by one large and unfortunate, very old dragon named Djruthourhi. To cut a long, multiple-year campaign short into a small synopsis, Starspawn, extraplanar mages, big, giant, terrifying beings, all coming to collect enough energy to do whatever they need to do. They've killed people, they've collected souls, they've stolen children, all pretty bad things.
Turn children into assassins.
Yeah, they're nasty, all right? The whole business is awful. And we're currently trying to stop it. Feels like it's quite a large ask of like less than a dozen people to do so, but here we are.
About halfway through your explanation, Travis just starts packing tobacco back into his pipe, and it's looking like he's waiting for all of this to be over so he can go and have a nice smoke.
Am I boring you?
Nope. This is definitely one of the more high stakes operations I've taken part of.
Well, yes, you have the fate of literally probably multiple planes of existence in your wee little geese. That's big picture. Obviously, next steps is more of a zoomed in view of that plan. So, you know, if you have questions, anyone will be able to ask them or answer them. You probably will get better answers out of Malagos and Saren. They seem to be way better at lore keeping than me or my comrades. So
I heard mention of assassins, and to give you a better idea of them, they're made of shadows. Essentially, they hit really hard. They go down easy. Glass cannons is a good way to explain them. They hit really hard, but they go down easy. But when you hit them, you hear children laughing, and it's not pleasant.
Mia just looks at everyone who came to eavesdrop on her conversation and blinks.
Mia, you had
rapidly.
started having this conversation in public. I was fixing the stern of the ship after that Planar summoned his sword through it.
I mean, just because a conversation is public doesn't give anyone the right to eavesdrop on it. That's all I.
Out of character, though, I thought we were all there because all of our tokens are right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fucked off. I moved, but I'm pretty sure other people went and did stuff, and we just didn't move our tokens. Again, I could be wrong.
I wasn't in
Yeah,
that
I'm pretty
session,
sure
so I
that's
don't know.
part of the whole thing, but at the same time,
Let's be honest, our
knows?
characters would have gone, that sounds interesting, I'm gonna walk back. Also, he's after the keys of Turnock, so for like, I'm not gonna say like shady people, but people like me, we think the keys of Turnock, if you collect all three, you know, you'll get the greatest of gems. Everyone has a different opinion of what these magical keys are gonna do. They already have 2 of them because they broke into the capital. And basically, if you get all 3, basically your greatest wishes will be granted.
Gotta get them all.
oh,
Like,
great.
everyone knows what they do with those keys. Everyone, like from my line of work, everyone knows. You talk about the keys of Turnock, everyone knows what they're gonna do with them.
Considering that all of you are here, who is able to track us?
Like, make sure we're still on course.
No, like, stalk us.
Really?
Okay.
Saren.
Who has information about his location?
Funny story. Did you know that if you have hair and someone collects your hair, they can stalk you?
It's a well-known fact.
Yeah. So theoretically, Sarah's gonna use like Buddy. Like theoretically, if someone in Buddy Ears took my hair and is now on occasionally watching us, can't hear anything we're saying but can see it.
Well, I guess
If
it's just
anyone
giving Saren a look.
Look, I made mistakes. I'm trying to be better. I'm being honest.
And I will reiterate
people-
for the 30th time that we need to get some kind of magical artifact that disallows people to do that.
Right. Steal away magic artifacts, prevent people who want bad things to happen from doing bad things.
Would
No,
these
I just
people
want a
that
necklace or something that prevents people from scrying on me. Personally.
would
Same.
Would
I don't
be-
like it.
would these people that Bunny is watch you be inclined to deal with the Athenarium?
No. Maybe steal things from the Athenarium, but
Good.
Side eye.
I don't them anymore. I worked for them for like 18 months.
Did you steal anything in those 18 months?
Don't answer that. I don't want to know.
No.
It's true, you don't want to know.
Okay.
After all, I'm here primarily to help you guys get rid of this whole thing with the Divine March and the bounty. And it would be a real annoyance if I had to end up arresting one of you guys for a crime you actually did commit in the interim.
Okay,
It would be
I
a
haven't
real
stolen.
annoyance for us to have to kill you.
Luckily, most of you gave your name to my exception to the law algorithm.
Look, I've been honest. I haven't stolen anything except the Magister's steel since I got back with you guys.
Deal is sacred.
Oh, I stole the
I'm gonna
seal because
pretend I didn't
someone
hear
worse
that.
than me. I stole it from someone else who was bad.
Huh.
Acceptable.
To be fair, it's probably better if it's in our hands than someone else,
See, none of those agrees with me.
but not in your hands.
How about this? If it's from bad people, just say liberated, because at this point, I am going to just pretend that the word steal never came up.
I liberated it from bad people.
We're gonna go with that answer.
Galloway, when I was working for them, I liberated things from bad people.
Let's not overdo it. So, looking right back at Mia, anything in the immediate interim that I can be doing to help out here? Because, quite frankly, this is not my usual MO.
Well, we're on the water with a set destination, so what we need to be doing is watching for threats and making sure we're going to the right place. As we get close to the right place, we need to prepare ourselves for landfall, both in the way we need to prepare the ship for docking, and then we need to prepare ourselves for any possible threats upon land. And really, that's all we got.
Fox is reading the map upside down again.
Would I be able to notice that just offhandedly with passive 12 perception?
Oh yeah.
At which point Travis is going to reach out and just flip the map right side. As if he has done this far too many times.
Fox is just gonna look satisfied. Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Have you ever considered trying to enlist as an officer? I think you'd make a really great lieutenant.
You really mean it?
No.
Oh.
You would be like every other lieutenant I have had to babysit.
I think I saw him eating crayons before. Perhaps he should join the
He
Marines.
tried.
Hey, where are those red sticks again? I need them back.
You don't. I destroyed them.
What? No.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, just so you're aware of what all I can do, I took up a fair bit of cooking for for my company when on March. So if you need someone to cook, I can do that. Otherwise, most of my specialty is in training new recruits in combat.
Oh. Well.
Also, I have had a fair few hours in the triage tents.
Oh, that'll be useful.
Yeah. So I noticed.
Just checking you didn't combine those professions at any point in time, right?
That would be a negative.
Good.
So, unless somebody who's not versed in hand-to-hand wants to learn, we're all pretty skilled in our own right, unless you want to work with the hired crew. My thoughts on hired crew is they don't get off the ship. Once we hit land, if they want to leave and go travel via land back to where they're from, I'm not asking them to fight. I honestly don't even want them to fight if we have an issue on the water. That's not I asked them to sign up for. I gave them the caveat that it would be dangerous, but I'm not asking them to lay down their lives for us when we're far more skilled.
Fair enough. Now, with that in mind, would it not be better to make sure the crew is up to snuff to be able to defend themselves in case we are tied up elsewhere on the ship?
I mean, like I said, if they want to do that is going to be up to them. I'm not going to force them to do that if they do not feel comfortable. I also do not want it to take away from any duties that they have in actively running the ship, but if they have free time and want sparring lessons, do whatever you want to do.
I could work with that.
And then you can always work with Kyrie in the med bay.
Fair enough. And more recently, I have had to get my hands dirtied with administrative tasks, if anyone needs a hand with that.
I could
hope
use a hand.
I would
cataloging around
I would
5,000
prefer not
years of
to.
inactive data.
Amber's hoping not.
I would hope to whatever gods people decide to pray to that we don't have to do any administrative tasks. Ever.
Oh, thank the gods.
Hail the mighty exit!
Seems like,
Mia
well,
will
except
go-
for Hawks, because he deals with paper.
Mia, we're gonna have to do some sort of administration and clerking because we're gonna have to keep tabs on rations, how many liters of water we have, how much food we have. But I've got training as an accountant, so I can help with that
Good.
and
You can
bookkeeping
partner
stuff.
with Travis. Look, Travis, tons of things for you to do.
Mia, is your shadow still, or your echo still active?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Oh boy.
She would
There
have
is a
dropped concentrating. Or would
there
have
is a
dropped.
topic I wished to raise with you, Captain.
Oh boy, everybody wants to talk today. Yeah.
I understand entry into Light's Gambit involves a ritualized combat. Would you like to schedule a time to take part in that?
Maybe off ship. Not much of a scheduling. I'm really a, combat when it really hits me kind of person.
I was about to ask something along those same lines too.
Well, first we have to have a discussion along the lines of who's seeking permanent access to be called a member of Light's Gambit. Then there's this whole tribunal, there's a ritual, there's lots of fire and chanting. Honestly, it's heinous.
No, it's not.
Could you not just go with it for fun?
Yep, sounds like joining up with a new unit.
I
Anyway.
believe this is what my previous crew called hazing.
Nothing like that of the sort. This game doesn't know what the word hazing means.
No, you don't let them know what the word
I walk behind Malios and whisper, "What does hazing mean?"
Nothing.
But
worry about it.
it sounds fun. What does it mean?
You wouldn't think it's
I need that
happens
cookie
to
over
you all
a
the time.
fire.
I don't like hazing. Never mind. No, stay away from me with that.
Travis is gonna take a moment, look around, realize we're all here.
Mhm.
Who's keeping lookout at the moment?
Probably Sarah.
Garganoth.
Oh,
Garganoth?
God.
Wow, Garganoth.
Last session, it was confirmed that there was in fact a crew member keeping watch.
I'll climb up to the top of the crow's nest.
All right. In the meantime, hey Dumey, what time would it be in game?
I don't know. Why don't you make a survival check to find out?
My internal
Survival
clock.
check, you said?
Yep.
00999999999.
You know it's afternoon.
All right. With all that out of the way, anyone interested in lunch?
I mean, I've cooked up quite an appetite fighting, so.
Yes, please.
Cool. I'm gonna go see what we've got as far as supplies are concerned, and see if I can't make up something to fill everyone's bellies. And with that, Travis is going, after a brief salute, is going to just wander off towards the kitchens.
We didn't hire a cook, right? Did we? I totally forgot.
We
I
took
think
the
we did.
kid. We didn't take the old lady, we took the kid. Her son.
Oh. Respect the
No.
current cook's kitchen.
Oh, we didn't?
No.
Oh, that's right. We told him to stay, didn't we?
Yep. You guys did not successfully convince the cook to come with you.
Well, we're screwed.
Oh, I thought the kid wanted to come.
I mean,
So
Alex
the kid
volunteers to cook.
continues to get overpaid for doing a pretty good job, admittedly.
Mm-hmm. I was
Hey,
gonna say.
guys, I'll cook for you.
No.
No.
So Saren, give me
Look, no
some
offense.
perception check. Sorry, Mia, go ahead.
I was just gonna say no offense, but the ocean is not a place for us to be trying new cuisine.
But it's the perfect place.
Negative Ghost Rider.
What's a Ghost Rider?
I'll tell you when you're older.
It involves skulls.
That sounds interesting.
Your skull
Oh.
specifically.
That's right. I should probably share this with you guys since you guys are on a ship. This will help everyone out.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
put that to the side of my screen so I can walk.
My
Oh,
goodness.
thank
You don't know
God.
it off the top of your head. Except Galloy wouldn't know it off the top of his head.
No, Sierra has hobbies and this is not one of them.
But see,
Sierra also gets seasick and has zero interest in knowing shit about boats.
but Mia would know.
Yeah, Mia would know.
So actually, Saren, with the ship out on open water right now, the shoreline is of course off to the port side. And it's very far in the distance, like barely visible. But Saren, off the starboard bow, you see what appears to be a flock of birds of some sort just circling something in the water far off.
We're not picking up anyone. They could die. Just kidding.
Can I tell if it's like a person or is the water like becoming like, I can't describe it, but the way water looks before an animal comes out of the water.
Do you have a spyglass?
A whale breach.
Pardon?
Do you have a spyglass?
I don't know. I'm fine. I don't think I do. I probably should get one.
Then all you can see is what I told you.
I'm going to tell the crew, I'm going to shout down and say, Mia, avoid the birds. It could be a creature breaching out of the water soon.
It could
Did
be a
we
paintball.
Did we find a spyglass on the ship?
Yes. When we were talking to the captain originally, I thought.
What?
Who took it?
Who was talking to the captain. I was there.
Did Malagos take it?
Did Jason take it?
No.
No.
No, it definitely wasn't Jason.
Perhaps Garganoth was looking for breakfast with it.
Oh, I don't think so.
Alright,
Sarah,
you know
were
what?
you down there?
I'm assuming I might have stolen it, but I haven't written it down.
Well, go ahead and write it down. I'll let it go this time, and give me a perception check with advantage. I mean, it only gave you a +2. Saren, it's a ways off, but it's something large floating in the water that the seagulls are flying around and landing on.
No, let's avoid it. It's probably a dead creature. Mia, I would avoid it.
Okie doke.
Like, unless we want to be in the middle of a bait ball and a giant shark or a giant octopus or something else giant from the ocean wants a snack.
Not preferably.
I know of such creatures.
I'm aware.
Mia's waiting for Saren to call out in which direction they should.
The opposite of the port side.
No, it's off the starboard side, Manny.
The opposite of the starboard side. She's gonna go say that way and point with her hands, like an air traffic controller person with like little flags.
She would say bear port.
I don't think Saren would say bearport.
No, Sarah's just gonna point and say, "Go that way."
Pointing
Yeah.
seems pretty Saren.
Yeah.
Go that way.
Mia interprets that.
Are you still watching the object, Saren?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Mia would shout up to keep an eye out on it.
Give me another perception check with the advantage.
Uh-oh.
Do we learn how paranoid we all are? Oh, whoops, that was Galloway.
Is it our friendly dragon turtle?
Saren, as you continue to watch and Mia begins to turn the ship, you see that there's like a post sticking up out of this object. And you watch as what looks like a white tunic is hoisted up the post. Like a flag.
That's nice.
Surrender, disperse.
Come in peace.
Saren having pointed it out, can I focus my eyes on...
It's time to ignore it and just let these people die.
Yes,
I don't know who they are.
but it is specifically against my character.
She knows how many shifty, sketchy people she knows compared to all of the less sketchy people that want us dead or in prison.
Well, Galloway, I would imagine that you would probably trust Saren's judgment since she's at the top, and since she hasn't said anything about the flag, just said to avoid it. I wouldn't.
I like learning things, and I haven't been on the ocean before, so I would want to look in that direction.
You give me a regular perception check.
Is it with my eyes?
So this is like Saren's internal monologue. She's like, I could just let them drown, but then Malagos would be disappointed, and then Mia would be sad at me.
I would
I don't know.
imagine that you'd be perceiving the thing far off in the distance with your eyes.
Well, I have advantage if I perceive anything with my eyes.
And then Malagos
Okay.
would be disappointed because what if they're an innocent person, but what if it's someone like I've screwed over in the past, and then they end up killing me or telling Malagos what I've done.
William Mia does not care about things in the water.
I mean, you can see that it's a large object, and you can see the seagulls flying around it and landing on it, but yeah, you don't see the post or the flag. Yeah, you didn't roll high enough for that.
I'll ask Mia because I hate being a good person. This is all of I'm grumbling has been climbing down. being like, if I hadn't met these people, I just would have let them drown and I could have gone off. David, no, I have to be a good person.
You good over there?
And she's grumbling and she looks so annoyed as she walks up to me and she goes, Nia, I think there's a person on the boat that sank.
It's a boat? That's it.
Yes. I think we could just let the person face their own demise, because we don't know who they are. We don't know if they're Crown Guard or Elf or someone that wants me dead or wants you dead. But I feel like you guys would be disappointed if I didn't tell you. And like
Mia
her
makes
shoulders
a
are
face,
slumped.
like she's contemplating all of the outcomes that could happen, and then she calls for Hawks.
Oh right, Hawks can swim.
What can I do for you?
I need water recon.
You want me to? Okay.
So Saren sees something kind of sus off of the starboard bow. We don't want to run into it. We also want to know if it's a threat or not. And if it's someone that needs rescuing.
And you want me to go check, and if they need rescuing, you want me to retrieve them and bring them back? Or wait for you?
Maybe come back and tell me what they say before we just bring them willy-nilly over here.
Okay.
Captain Mia, I would like to remind you that the cannons are in fact loaded and ready to fire.
Yep, we're gonna... Yep, that is fully acknowledged.
Hawks just fancily walks over to the edge of the ship and backflips off. Into the water.
One.
And then I shall start swimming starboard.
What's your swim speed?
50.
50 feet. It's a long swim, Hawks. It takes you a bit. Mia, where are you steering the ship as Hawks is swimming out there?
Like, not a full avoidance, but kind of keeping it to where we can be, like, skirt beside it with maybe a leeway of, like, 50 feet.
Okay. It takes some time, Hawks, but you end up getting close to it. And what hits you first is the smell. What you have come up on is what appears to be the rotting carcass of some large sea creature. Reptilian in nature. But there are pieces of driftwood and flotsam that have been tied and nailed and attached to this thing to make it almost look passable as a boat.
And I do a history check if I've ever seen anything like this in the ocean.
I mean, sure. You have never seen anything like this. But
You were so close to knowing exactly what it was.
So close.
But you do see that there are many, well, more than one, kobolds that are running over this thing like the crew of a ship.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna approach the damn thing, but I am gonna swim back to the ship.
Okay. Are you trying not to be seen?
Yes, actually, I dived down back underwater.
Stealth check.
Should have seen that
Horrible.
coming, sir.
I'm
You
horrible at
guys
these.
ever think about the idea of Schrodinger's stealth check?
Okay. Spring.
Okay.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Fox, as you dive under, you do hear shrill little voices yipping about, calling out in a language that you don't understand as you swim away.
As soon as I get back to the ship, I'm waving to one of the crew to throw me a rope.
And those of you on the ship, you've noticed that the floating thing with the flag has, like, not gracefully, but has definitely changed its direction to start heading towards the ship.
This is what I get for being a good person, Mia. I should have just let people drown.
As
They have
soon as I
international-
climb up, I'm going to yell, it's a
Malagos is
bunch...
going to toss the rope down.
Malagos, it's a bunch of kobolds on a carcass, and they're acting like they're pirates or something.
Did you see what the kobolds looked like? Were they just normal kobolds? Or were they wearing anything special?
One
Ah,
wears
you know what? It
a
doesn't matter.
hat and
It
talks in a
doesn't
shrill voice.
Malagos gonna turn around and go, yeah, pirate kobolds,
Oh dear
inbound.
God. Shoot them down. Put them out of their misery.
They have a white flag. According to the international doctrine, a white flag is
And then Malagos is
sign
going to
of
start
surrender.
pulling Hawks up.
Okay.
Alloy, they are lying. They are using the international flag and good, kind people like you to trap them.
I'm not kind.
Good. They're using
Well.
it as a trap to lure innocent people to their death.
By the way, their ship is just a carcass of a dead sea reptilian. It's...
If they fire on us first, then we can proceed to sink them to the bottom of this.
Alloy, I'm
liquid.
pretty sure that our cannons are gonna be overkill for this thing.
I'm pretty
To
sure.
fire on them
Not
first would be a breach of law.
Alloy, but they killed an innocent creature to turn into their boat.
We do not
Also,
approve
what
of that.
law? What law? This is a lawless land. It's the sea. There are no laws.
There are laws.
Let's just
You
open
open
fire.
fire.
You're
That one, there's
taking
no
this
laws.
idea of a weird law from some faraway plane called Earth, and
Captain Mia, I would like to remind you that you did not sign the exemption form. Therefore, I will be forced to stop you if you do breach the law.
What about me? What if I give the order?
yeah, go ahead and try,
Malagos.
buddy. Make you a bucket of rusty bolts.
Yes.
How many of our crew here understands Draconic?
Malagos does.
Amber does.
Amber does.
No.
So Malagos,
I-
you can hear the shrill little voices chanting something as, you know, they move their makeshift boat closer. And
Uh-huh.
to you, it sounds like big fish.
I can speak Draconic as well.
Then you hear big fish as well.
Are we big fish?
I think
No, apparently they think I big fish. Which is not wrong, but
Hearing their shrill little voices, Malagos is going to yell back at them, "Firefish, back!"
What did you yell back?
Our fish.
Oh no.
And she's yelling this in Draconic.
Yeah, my comment stands.
Ours. And she's gonna pull Hawks up faster.
Malagos and Hawks. Now, all you hear them chanting is share.
Galloway, they're gonna try to kill Hawks. They want to eat and kill Hawks.
No share.
I'm not your pet fish, I'm their pet fish.
Oh, you're our pet now. Okay. Is Hawks close enough for Malagos to like grab him by the scruff and throw him onto the deck?
I would imagine.
Cool. She's going to do that and yell back to the kobolds, "Not food!"
Fish are friends, not food.
So Mia,
Acceptable ways to de-escalate the situation is to tell them the consequences of them proceeding with this line of thought.
Malagos, tell them if they come any closer, we'll shoot.
And Malagos going to repeat,
That's what you said.
"You will die if you come here. Go away."
Mia is already actively steering the boat further towards port.
Mia, from your experience with ships, the white flag that was somebody's old used shirt has now changed to a odd pair of pants that are two different colors. One, the bottom is blue and the top is green, which
Oh no.
you recognize as a makeshift merchant's flag.
What the fuck?
No.
What in weird ass video games fucking stop is this?
This is somebody having fun.
Mia's yelling to whoever's closest to them to ask them begrudgingly what they're selling.
Malagos will yell back, "What are your wares?"
Malagos, give me a perception check based on hearing.
Lux is terrified that we're even discussing things with these guys because they think that I'm food.
I
You
told him
are.
you're not food. You're fine.
Everyone is food, except Galloway.
Malagos
Galloway
I
is,
already-
food too many things. Iron is an important part of your diet.
as you call out Malagos,
Uh-huh.
the reason I asked you to roll a perception check is because multiple voices start shouting back different things. With a 17, you pick out traps, trinkets, tools, and junk.
Malagos is gonna look so confused and then turn to me and go, "Trap, trinkets, and junk."
That checks.
Forget the tools.
And tools.
Why? Why?
Tools could be useful.
I'm pretty sure you're just going to find junk, but feel free to board them if you want to shop.
But we have
Thank you
things.
for your permission, Commander. Galloway is going to sprint to the other end of the boat and is going to dimension door directly onto them.
And this is how Galloway gets kidnapped.
I would love to see a bunch of kobolds try.
So, so as the ship continues to get closer and Galloway dimension doors across, you hear a very alarmed shriek come from the kobolds
And hit Kobold voices.
as Galloway makes it across.
I
Malagos
come
is
in
gonna start
peace.
shouting, Ren, want trinkets?
I hear you
And-
have shiny things. Perhaps you have things that can help repair me.
And Malikos, what you hear is many of them shout out at once, "More junk!"
Oh,
Start laughing, going,
joy.
"Oh no!"
Just tell me
Oh.
it's 15 minutes, or he has to swim.
The kobolds think he's junk.
Well, I mean, shop at your own risk. I thought that was like assumed.
Okay, but we have like dragon scales and all this stuff that we brought with us, right? I'm pretty sure I told someone to bring them.
Yes, we did bring them with us.
Okay, Melagos is gonna like go down, find at least like 10 of them, or like 20.
He's gonna go, excuse me, we are not selling them our dragon scales so it can be turned into armor. Back it up.
What about the claws, their teeth?
Also, good things can be made out of those.
And are you going to make
Trade with
not
trade
that?
with them.
Absolutely, I will, Galloway. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Melagos is gonna do the thing, and she's gonna find a way to board them.
Oh, Lord.
Is anyone going to go and tell Travis what the fuck's going on, or is he just going to end up
Oh,
making
you would have
lunch
heard the
without-
shouting from above deck.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would have heard shouting.
And
And
if
then
so-
Melagos had run down the steps.
Me
So
is like, if you
yelled at
want
by
to be a
Mia.
part of something, you just show up, honestly.
So before the two ships are close enough for non-magical boarding, Galloway, as you appear on this floating carcass, yeah, you should be glad you don't have a nose. But it is definitely just thrown together haphazardly. Like, they have a deck, but it's kind of like pieces of broken ships that don't match. You know, some are really old, some are just pieces of boards. They've built what appears to be a deck.
Oh no.
The carcass itself appears like it would be hollow. And there is a way to go down below deck, quote unquote. But many of the kobolds are like using bits of wood and possibly bones or flippers from this creature as oars that are helping to propel the ship. There is one kobold that is standing at the highest point of probably the back or dorsal fin of this creature, and he's fashioned himself a little chair out of what looks to be a kind of a piece of railing or banister that was curved at one point for stairs, and he's just kind of perched on that. He's speaking at you in a language you don't understand, though, unless you understand Draconic.
My algorithm suggests that you are the leader. Unfortunately, I do not speak the language of the enemy, but if you speak common or deep speech, I would much appreciate.
They continue to squawk and chatter at you in Draconic.
Melagos is trying to listen in from where she is.
I will pull out a gold coin from a compartment on the side of my body and hold it up. I have goods. I have money to trade for goods.
Oh my god. It's like,
This seems like a bad idea, but
oh, this would
okay.
be fucking this would be
Seeing as I
hilarious.
have some experience with dragons, would I be able to make a history check to try and recall the probably ancient draconic word for shinies?
You know what? I'll yeah, I'll let you have a history
hilarious.
check for that. Why not?
That's
It's just one
fucking
word.
Sorry, that's supposed to be Gallowing. Messing with my settings. 14?
14.
Bird.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Here's your word.
Robotics.
Oryx.
The one sitting on this makeshift chair kind of stares at the coin, and he snaps some words to some of the others, and one of them just kind of dives below deck, which, as it disappears below deck, you kind of hear a very sickening squelching sound.
Ugh. Yuck.
Gross.
Nasty.
I have seen constructions like this before, kept aloft by inflated gases, usually there in the sky.
And yes, I'm gonna have everybody on the ship roll me a Constitution save as this thing comes close enough.
What if we're in the crow's nest?
Yep.
Damn it.
Well, at least if you're within 15 feet of me, you're good.
I am pretty sure Travis has smelled worse.
Everyone's
I mean,
doing
Sarah
good
used
so
to
far.
swim in the sewers. It can't be that much worse.
Yeah, we're rolling high on a check to see if the fucking Kobold ship is gonna knock us out with its smell, but not
I think I'm perfectly okay.
I think I should get
I'm
advantage because I
thrilled
swam in
for
the sewers several times.
That's like you claiming you should get advantage because you're depressed.
Fucking-lutely.
14
Well,
is
it tries
enough.
to make you sad.
14
Try
is
again.
enough for everybody. It is a horrendous smell because this is a floating carcass that's probably been out there for weeks, if not months already. And the seagulls have picked pieces off of it, and they're still continuing to pick pieces off it. In fact, at the moment, at the very front of the ship, what one might have thought was a figurehead at first was actually 2 seagulls fighting over an eyeball.
Ugh.
Oh, so gross.
So
Hey
yeah.
guys, this smells like back home.
You should tell your scouts to share.
So yeah, as this thing comes close enough to board, the one from underneath comes back up with carrying like this barrel with a bunch of things hanging out of it. And
Oh boy.
he starts to go through the stuff, and he pulls out what looks like the bottom half of a fishing pole with a reel. He pulls out a half of a iron pot. He pulls out some netting that looks like it's in decent shape. A few bottles, some of which are intact, others that the neck has been broken off. A few pieces of charcoal that have been shaped into like pencils.
The bottles are the punts in are the punts 1 transparent and 2 intact?
There's a couple transparent bottles. They kind of look like sea glass though, so because they're kind of frosty.
I'll point at those and I'll ask, and I will I'll shout back at Malagos. How do I say how much in Draconic?
Well, since it's now close enough to board now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Malagos is gonna walk on board, looking at me like, she's gonna say, "How much for that?" She's gonna ask in Draconic, and then she's also gonna say, "Where are your tools?"
So now that there's someone that can speak Draconic, there is a the goblin with the barrel. He kind of smiles and introduces himself. I'm number 2.
My number 2. I'm Malaga.
I make your pointies pointier and your armor, armorer.
Shinier? More
This
dense?
was the scratch before the education.
I am
This
keeper of the
isn't
stuff.
scratch, it's scuff.
What can I do for you?
Well, my shiny friend over there, holding the shiny,
More
wants
junk.
to know how much. No, that is a person. That is not junk.
Metal person?
Yes, a metal person.
Junk person.
You know what? I'll give it to you. They want to know, Gala,
give.
what do you want? What do you want to buy?
Free?
I would like the glass bottles. They are frosted, but they should be able to be polished up. The punts are slightly convex, which means I can make lenses from them so that we can have a more plentiful supply of spyglasses.
How much for your bottles?
I give whole barrel for junk person.
No.
But you
They're
said
not
give.
for sale. No.
You said I
That
give
is
you
a
that.
That whole person, their name is Gowloy. Gowloy wants to buy your bottles with shiny coin. Not
Ah.
Gowloy. Gowloy wants to buy your items with shiny coin.
Bottles are very rare. Very rare bottles.
Are they sea glass bottles?
I told you so.
Bottles very rare. Very rare bottles.
Fox is waving
How
from
much?
behind everyone.
Shiny coin for bottles.
One shiny coin for bottles?
Yes.
Malagos is going to pull out 1 gold and be like, this shiny coin?
It's your money, but
Yes.
Mia's having a heart attack.
Malagos is going to go, bottles for coin. And she's going to hand him the coin for the bottles.
He reaches down in the barrel and starts just pulling out bottles. Soon, Malagos, you're holding like 7 bottles.
Galloway, come get your bottles.
Yes, yes, yes.
You have
yes.
tools.
No, no, no. Yes,
Wait,
no.
you're getting all of them. Take all of them.
And then he pulls out what appears to be a very large hammer. You want bottle smasher?
No.
Aww. What do with bottles if not smash?
Amen.
Craft.
Malagos, can you ask them if they have any metal junk?
Do you have any metal junk?
Metal junk? Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're... takes the hammer and just kind of sets it down next to the barrel and jumps back.
Throw it.
Jumps back down the hole into the squish.
Ugh.
It is only in places like this that I can find pieces that are suitable for repairing myself. Ever since the Soul Forge is shut down, it is difficult to find.
I don't know if they'll have anything high quality, sir.
Quality can be improved. It just takes time and effort.
So Galloway and Malagos, give me a perception check as you're standing there waiting for this goblin. Or not this goblin, this kobold.
Side-based?
The other kobolds are busying themselves with attaching new pieces to their boat, making it look more boat-like by the...
Because they have an example to work off.
That's exactly it. They're looking at your
Oh my
guys'
God.
boat and they're starting to shape their boat like your boat.
That's fucking cute. It's just like thinking to yourself, going, "Can we keep them?"
Oh, we don't need kobolds running
No, we
amok
don't, but
around the
these ones are-
ship.
Okay, but these kobolds are so much better than the forest kobolds I pissed off previously.
Yes, yes, they are. But still, we don't need kobolds running around the ship.
Fox is saying, hi, little
Why? Free labor.
weird things.
Hmm.
Malagos, you're looking at this hammer, and it's pretty big for a kobold. Like really big for a kobold. Bigger than the kobold.
Does it look like a weapon?
Yeah, it looks like a warhammer of some sort.
Ooh.
I guess it's gonna look back to the group on the ship, and in common, anybody want a warhammer?
Possibly.
Oh, well, look at that, Galloway. And she's gonna like point to the hammer that the kobold put down. To like, that's warhammer.
Without touching it, because according to Galloway's code, picking up something that belongs to someone else is in fact stealing.
Yeah.
Or I would like to inspect this warhammer.
Maybe in danger.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll to inspect it?
A perception check.
This is side-based. I have advantage.
19, and give me a history check as well.
Ooh.
So, Galloway, as you're looking at this hammer, it appears to be a rather large piece of marble that has been bound in metal of some sort with a long wooden handle. And the crafting of this seems to be early dwarven.
This reminds me of the hammer Thurlin wielded.
Do you want me to get Gargonoth to come take a look at it? He's good with stone.
But as you guys are talking, the little kobold comes back up holding another, well, not holding a barrel, dragging a barrel with,
Oh.
it sounds metallic as he's dragging it, as it rattles. And he pulls out a longsword. A rather shiny and surprisingly well-made longsword.
Malagos is sitting here, and she would like to detect magic. And just like rubbing a hand on her chest, going, Bahamut, give me sight. And casting detect magic.
Okay.
What do they got?
So inside this barrel that he has,
Mm-hmm.
some of the scraps do appear to have a magical glow to them. But the hammer on the deck that he left behind indeed has some magic to it.
Malagos is gonna start pointing out everything that she can see that has a glow and be like, how much for all of these?
And the hammer.
No, the hammer is glowing, so she would have pointed that at that too.
Here, you want my make stuff hammer?
Mm-hmm.
I would try and replicate the name he gave it in Draconic Bottle Smasher.
Djruthourhi.
How much for Djruthourhi Jikmada?
Malagos will translate.
I can make anything you want. I once made a crossbow, shot spears, and a bear trap for a dragon. All sorts come
come see number 2. But can't make stuff without the bottle smasher.
You know, I'm suddenly very much so reconsidering not having kobolds running around.
I turn to I turn to Malagos and ask what he said.
Made a crossbow that shot spears and a bear trap for dragon. What did that dragon look like?
Dragon.
What color?
Big wings. Scaly. Tail.
What?
Green.
Okay. Green dragon has bear traps.
Crossbow that shoots bear traps.
I'm sorry, what? I thought they were separate.
He made a
things.
crossbow that shoots spears and bear traps for a dragon.
Oh,
That's
made it
terrifying.
for a dragon, and it's a crossbow that shoots spears and bear traps.
I thought you said he made a crossbow that shoots spears, comma, and bear trap. Not the crossbow shoots bear trap. Oh my god.
I was kind of expecting the bear trap was sized, to fell a dragon. Or inconvenience a dragon.
What is the
for
price of strategic murder?
I like him. I want to keep this one.
You want something special? I can make pretty much anything you want. Got an idea? I got a way. I also made a rotating crossbow that fired flaming spears over a mile away.
Give me a second. Mia! Oh,
Do I want to know what you're about
yes,
to ask?
yes.
No, I mean, answer
You
truthfully,
really-
I don't.
Okay, Mia. This little she's doing all this in comment. This kobold has made a crossbow that shot flaming spears for over a mile. Can
I'm
we
gonna
give him a
ask you-
job?
Oh, God.
He's handy.
I'm going to ask you one question and one question only.
Yes.
There might be multiple parts, but it's technically one question. Can we be sure that he is telling the truth? And 2, do kobold miles, are they smaller than normal miles?
Malgus is gonna look at him and be like, do you have any of those on hand?
But no, I made them for people. They took them.
What people did you make the crossbow with the flaming spear for?
Gallo is going to turn to Malagos and say, "What did you say about my mother?"
What? Nothing about your mother.
Is Gallo
My apologies.
malfunctioning at the moment?
My draconic is rusty.
I'll teach you more draconic later.
Malagos, the little kobold kind of grabs for your hand and starts pulling.
Malgus is like, oh, okay, we can follow him? Yes?
He kind of leads you as he kind of climbs over the carcass towards the back.
Oh. Malgus is gonna follow. Like,
And
ugh.
he kind of jumps and hops and then is standing on what looks like a long, like, wooden post. But then he kind of, like, points down to it.
Ta-da, spear.
Malgus is going to inspect to see what it actually is.
Go ahead.
Perception? Or investigation?
If you're going to touch it, investigation.
She's gonna regret this, but yeah, she's gonna touch it.
Malagos, from what you see, it looks like a smaller version of a ballista bolt that's inside of this, sticking out of the side of this creature. It may have been what killed it.
Okay, I feel like he's gonna be really useful.
We don't want to keep this guy around.
I think we do.
No.
Yes.
We have way too much precious shit that he could meddle with.
None of you are that.
Now if he brings his own shit on
Exactly.
the boat.
Has Malagos ever
Wait.
personally met a kobold? Because
You guys met some kobolds in the woods.
Oh yeah,
they
there's
were
a
like-
couple that Malagos pissed off on accident.
Hawks
They
would
were
like to-
also they were also
talk about
aligned
street
with the
things?
dragon cult.
Hawks would like to step on the carcass and offer
Squish.
trade.
What do you come to trade?
I would like to see if they can make me a fancy magical weapon.
Well, the one that's talking to Malagos is at the back of the ship, but there are at least 4 kobolds within speaking range of you right now. Which would you like? Would you like to pick one?
Sure, I'll pick the second one.
The second one?
Yes.
What big fish one?
Hi, do you guys have any magical items?
Oh, yes. Magic items. Oh, very magic.
Let me see.
Watch this kobold, and they pull out a pouch from their belt, and all these kobolds are they got like scraps of cloth on, but it's nothing like substantial. And this kobold pulls out a bit of like black cord that has a bunch of teeth tied to it.
Big magic. You buy?
I'm gonna inspect with Arcana.
Okay. So inspecting with Arcana, I mean, you've seen magical trinkets that are very powerful that look worse than this. You've not heard of anything quite like this, or your knowledge of magical things does not pertain to this, but there are many different kinds of magic that can use animal pieces as totems or spell focuses.
I'll ask him what it does.
It keeps seagulls away. Watch.
And he kind of walks over carefully to a few seagulls that are pecking at a piece of their ship, and taking the thing, he starts swinging it around real fast and goes to swipe at the seagulls, and they fly away.
See? Work. If lucky, dinner.
For the heck of it, just to make the kobold happy, I give him a few shiny coins.
Ah, you get 2.
And he pulls out another one from the bag, hands it over.
Thank you.
Oh,
You need more
Kobolds.
magic stuff? You come see number 4.
Mr. Puppy.
Is that you? Is number 4 you?
4.
Okay.
What were you saying, Galloway?
Mr. Puppy. My translator ran away.
Yeah, the one that you were left with is probably the captain. And he's just kind of looking at you like almost like
Hungry?
kind of like a mechanic in a scrapyard.
That's
hungry.
disconcerting.
And we please hire them.
No.
They could fix the ship.
Hawk's clearly not responding to his registered nickname. I would shout, Hawks.
Yes.
Apparently, I look pasty. Please come translate.
I walk over and we'll wait for the captain to say something.
What big fish want from number 1?
I'm just here to translate for the pile of junk next to me.
You want sell junk?
What do you mean by junk? The pile of junk?
Yeah, you want sell junk.
Out of character, I'm so tempted to say yes and see what happens.
Malagos will be so mad at you.
Okay, well, in that case, in character, I'd say no, I'm here to speak on his behalf.
What junk say?
Galloway, what are you trying to say to him?
I want to buy this hammer.
He wants to buy this hammer, and I point to the bottle smasher.
Bottle smasher belong to 2.
Okay.
2 founded in belly. Belly of ship.
Do we speak to 2 about buying it from him?
Well, I could sell it to you for a good price.
What kind of price are we talking about?
Boom, boom, tube. And he points up at your guys' ship at the one of the cannons.
Don't even think about it.
That would be
That's-
up to my my own captain, but that's probably going to be a no.
Then you have
Hey,
to talk
Mia.
to number 2.
Hey Mia, this kobold wants to trade with you.
And that would be.
He called it a boom boom tube, but he means one of the cannons.
Hawks, if you cannot act responsibly with a brain, get your ass back on the ship.
We're not giving the kobolds a cannon. What are you, crazy?
He didn't ask for any cannon balls. He just asked
Yep.
for the tube.
All he asked for was
Wanted
the
the
tube.
tube.
You think they're not going to figure out what to shoot from the end of it?
Do they have black powder?
You don't
should
know.
give kobolds javelins.
Obviously,
sorry.
this is going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean escapade, and there's going to be forks coming at you.
Can you imagine stuffing a bunch of javelins into a cannon and then firing them?
Oh my god.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think-
that is a genuine ammo type.
I meant the I meant javelin artillery.
Oh.
Hawks is
You
just
mean a
gonna fall
ballista?
silent after Mia had yelled that and say, "Sorry, Galloway, you're on your own now."
How
And
much?
I listen to Mia and get on the ship and look down like I'm irresponsible. Out of character, Mia, that was the best fucking reaction ever.
Honestly, do you want to die by my hand or?
Galloy is looking as bewildered as a robot can, because twice now, just yammering in Draconic and people walk away.
Yep.
Melios would not want to waste too much time away from Galloy, knowing that some of them thought he was junk.
Technically, I am comprised of spare parts.
Don't
Oh
tell
my
them. Don't tell them that.
Mm-mm.
The kobold with Malagos would jump off the spear and start walking back.
You want one? I make it. It'll take a few days, but I make it.
I kind of want.
Mm.
It's number
When
two.
we're on a ship, I don't know how we'd find you again. Would you... Knowing Mia's probably gonna kill her. Do you want to get on our ship and make it?
Yeah, you're right.
But think about the things you can make for us.
I don't
Yeah.
want a kobold on the fucking ship. I don't understand why that's so hard.
Number 2 looks up to
dragon
number
skills.
1. And
Number 1. They want me go with. Can I go with?
and number 1 looks down at number 2.
Well, you did blow a hole in the ship yesterday.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's like, oh no.
We
Uh-oh.
lost
And you
number
can't blow holes in our
17.
ship. Oh my...
Uh-oh.
And number 2 said, "No,
No, we didn't. I found him.
Number 1 says,
How
Is he
much
alive?
of him? Some of him.
Number 1 looks to Galloy for a second. And looks up to the ship, like your guys' ship.
Well, we hate to see you go, but if you really wanna, I guess.
Sounds like he doesn't really want him to stay.
Number 2 turns around to Malagos.
Captain says it's okay.
Okay.
Let me
What?
get my stuff.
But there's rules. You no blowing holes in our ship.
Don't touch Sharon's shit.
And no stealing.
Stealing? I mean, ship is
No
home.
taking anything that you find that you didn't ask for.
Ask?
Yes, you can. Or
Okay,
and
And he jumps
Malleus
down the
is
hole.
gonna point at Mia.
He's gone.
Wait, what? Oh,
He jumped down the hole to go get his stuff.
Mia has decided to leave you all. And the ship is
Mia,
now
I think-
starting to careen away.
But Mia, if he can make you armor from the dragon scales.
I don't know if I
probably.
can
Do
hear
we-
you, but if you can hear Mia, it's just expletive after fucking god. Why, when they're left to their own devices, is this always the outcome?
Travis is just. You can just hear Travis just laughing
Okay,
as
but
he's
hold on,
making
hold on.
his way back towards
Do any?
the
Do any?
mess hall.
Wait, Travis, do you speak Draconic?
No,
Yeah.
but he has seen enough pissed off officers to know what the fuck just happened.
I was gonna say,
Um,
does anyone even know that Malleus has just offered him a job because she said it all in Draconic? Only Cowboy would know.
Nope, no
I-
one knows.
no.
I would not. I cannot understand the language.
When Malleus gets back on the ship,
You would, Malagos,
she's not gonna have a job.
Mm-hmm.
around you, you hear the other little kobolds.
Number 2 is leaving? Yeah, number 2 is leaving. Really? Yeah, really. I better help.
And a couple of the other kobolds jump down the hole.
Oh
And-
no.
And slowly, barrel after like old dilapidated crates full of junk are being brought up next to the other ones. And eventually you have like 7 containers that are filled with junk and odds and ends. And number 2 comes...
Are we being paid to take this kobold with us?
Number 2
I'm
comes
relatively
out...
sure from the from what I picked up, the captain thinks that I am the payment for number 2's departure.
No, you better not.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is exactly what you agreed to.
I don't
anything for
remember
payment.
that.
You
Yeah, that
don't
was never
speak
brought up.
kobold. You speak draconic, but you don't speak kobold.
You did tell them
Oh,
that you
you're
would
saying
give
that's
them
like-
that.
Wait, did I give them what?
That you
They-
give him Galloway.
You said, I'll give you that when they called Galloy junk person. And you said, I'll give
no,
you
I told
that.
them. No, I said no. I
You-
remember
yes,
telling
you
them
did.
that Galloway was not for sale.
You said, I'll give you
said,
that.
I will give you that. Taken literally.
Oh, hold on,
son
hold on,
of
hold on.
a-
No, hold on. I think there was a misunderstanding, like an
Well-
actual misunderstanding, because someone was because someone was making a comment about something and said, "Well, I'll give you that," not like as an
No.
out of character comment.
No,
Not
no,
even like
it
how
was-
was saying.
Malagos, it was in character because you were discussing Galloy, and they called Galloy junk, and you said no, that's a person. And number 2 said
Yeah.
junk person ? And you said, well, I'll give you that. And the conversation
well, I guess
continued.
I'm playing
But that was out of character.
I guess I'm
Oh,
playing a
that's
kobold
not the
archer
context
now.
Malagos was saying it in.
Context to kobolds. Kobold context.
None.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun because that
Do
is not
you
the
want me to
context
start rolling
was.
stats?
So now number
Hold on.
number
on.
2 comes up out
Okay.
of the hole, and there's a couple other kobolds that are kind of like patting him on the back, and this number 2 has like a big sack that's made out of some kind of flag of some sort.
I have a feeling me
It's
seeing this
like-
and just
Alrighty. Just, all my stuff here has to go with me. My stuff. Not yours, mine. No steal.
I asked you if you wanted to join us. I'm not giving you, and I'll pay you for things you make. But I mean, you're just coming with us.
You are making a lot of promises.
You help carry stuff?
And he motions to the 7 containers that he's brought with him.
And Galloway. I'm just not in
Yeah.
Draconic, so like they can't hear. You want to start helping take stuff back to the ship and make sure Mia doesn't murder me?
Do we have explicit permission?
Oh boy.
There's one in here, but hey, he can make things useful. That'll be fine.
It is just a kobold. It's not going to take up much space.
Understood. Why is the
We
ship
have-
in the distance?
Wait, what?
That's not canon.
I wouldn't care if it was.
So, yeah, I would imagine there's a gangplank connecting you guys. So yeah, couple of the
Gang
kobolds,
activity is not permitted.
couple of the kobolds are pushing the barrels full of stuff up the gangplank across to the other side.
Oh
Um,
my god, no.
Just
You
like
know, as far as me would understand, like I said, bought this shit.
just like the barrel dragging, like scratching along the gangplank, then little footsteps. Tit, 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 screech, tit, 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 screech, tit, tit, tit,
At which point, Travis, just kind of getting irritated by that, goes, "Would you like a hand, or would you like me to help you with that?" And then instantly realizing he does not speak eek whatever they're speaking,
Malagos is gonna yell.
looks over to someone who does, probably Hawks at this point, I need a translator.
Sorry, I don't trust myself, not when Mia's giving me the death glare.
Can you just repeat what I say and repeat what they say back to me?
Mia?
Malagos.
Can I translate for Travis? I'm afraid of doing anything without your permission now.
Meanwhile,
Ask stupid questions.
The trigger.
Get stupid answers, Hawks.
I'm sorry.
I don't care if you translate, but one, what is all this shit coming into my ship? Two, Saren, hold this wheel.
Oh, Saren's got her eye trained, holding her bow, ready to kill the kobolds.
I have no idea what's going on here, but apparently there's a bunch of stuff coming onto this ship.
You know who would have been really helpful for Mia in this situation?
Kaylin.
Kaylin, who could speak Draconic.
Bad.
oh, this
Well,
would be
Amber's
great.
right. Is Amber still standing right next to her?
She's below.
Down below?
Organizing her library, or perhaps throwing up.
So the Kobold
What?
captain, seeing Mia, the supposed captain of the ship, start to come, he kind of, well, they kind of scramble and like try to look presentable, and they put like a pan on their head to count as the hat, and they walk over to their end of the gangplank and like stand up and cross arms over chest and just kind of wait, thinking they're gonna have a big important meeting.
Hawks, translate.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
the fuck is this?
It says, what the fuck is this?
Number 2, go with you. Junk person, stay
He
with
says-
us.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Whoa, wait, hold on.
No.
No, junk person not stay with you.
I'm sorry, what
That's
did he say?
He said junk person stay with them.
What the fuck is a junk person?
Oh, and number
Some guys
2
is gonna
go
look at
with
Gallows and be
us.
like, oh no.
What's a number? I mean, I think I know what a number 2 is, and I don't want any of that on my ship.
Pops is just gonna be like mortified. They mean junk person as in Galloy.
No.
I don't know what number 2 is, but apparently they go by numbers, so I'm guessing
Hi.
one of their kobolds.
Number
Is
2
number
raises his hand.
2, is that a veritable trade? Is that like a 1-to-1? What are your
I-
skills?
I translate all this for her. To
Number-
I'm kidding. I don't want a fucking kobold. Get off my ship.
oh boy.
He says that you should all kindly just leave, and we are keeping our junk person.
Number 2 looks at Hawks for a second and then back to Malagos.
You said you wanted number 2 come.
He makes really cool yeah. We have things that can become armor that I think you'd like that he could make.
At this point, while they are talking, Hawks is just slowly backing away, trying not to get between Mia
Hawks,
and
don't move.
Malagos. No!
At the
Is that a
same
yes
time,
on
Malagos
the
and Mia
hammer?
say, Hawks, don't move.
And a yes on the hammer. Oh, Galloy. Galloy just wants to buy a hammer.
So while everyone's kind of arguing and looking back and forth to another, the number 1 seems to be getting a little nervous, and
Yes, little one. Are you okay?
No deal. New deal. You take junk person, you take number 2. We wave goodbye.
Why?
Apparently they want us to take number 2 and junk person.
Why?
I mean Galloy.
Why? Well,
Does who translates the Y?
yeah.
Wait, who is taking Gallo?
I do. I translate it.
Hold on. I gotta check something real quick.
After simultaneously being yelled at by both Mia and Malagos to stay still, I'm just translating everything they say in Draconic to the captain, to the Kobold captain.
Mia's having a brain aneurysm.
What'd you do?
Too
I'm in
too many
schools.
crew. Not enough seagulls.
And he nods.
What does that mean?
Means I can't catch enough seagulls.
Does it really, or is he trying to offload?
Probably a little bit of both.
I look at the captain, and then I look at Hawks to make sure he's paying attention, and I say, "What's wrong with him?"
I asked this to the captain, what's wrong with him?
Nothing. He a great crew member. Make lots of things.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Fox is muttering, how do I get myself into these situations?
I'm gonna whisper Mia.
Yeah. Malagos has been demoted.
Travis, you're
Alright.
up. Congratulations first, mate.
Does that mean Junk Person is now promoted?
Probably.
Don't get
Oh boy.
bolts in a bunch.
I still think that Chlamydia is really great stuff. For a
Also
cheap
kill
price.
you in the middle of the night. Also take our ship out because he wants to examine something.
Also, somehow Hawks is stuck in the middle of these two. Again.
No, it'd be
Um,
fine, Mia.
Mia is going to.
We can give like a little
Mia has
cage.
There you go.
Yes. Mia
Uh-oh.
is going to say, "Why do you really want to get rid of him? Tell me, or I blow up your ship."
Number one looks up at Mia.
But they're standing right there.
Okay, that's your problem, not mine.
Too much stuff,
Captain
too
DM,
much
if I
room, not
may.
enough food.
Tell him to get rid of stuff.
We
How
are.
about we? Okay. How about we buy stuff, and you keep him?
No deal.
Captain Mia, if I may.
Oh boy.
If this number 2 is a artful tinker, I could use his assistance. As skilled as Garganoff, as Master Garg is, his hands are slightly too large.
Look, let me explain something to the people who understand common. Do you see the state of what they're riding on?
It is a miracle that it is afloat.
Yes.
This is why we need number 2.
No. There's
mean, you
a
have to-
reason this captain doesn't want him, and it's not necessarily too many kobolds, if you know what I mean. There's a reason why number 2 is the one that's got it, and I don't want to find out what that reason is.
It is my understanding.
We have
that
spent.
it was
Okay, I
offered.
also want everyone to understand the gravitas, if you will, of the situation we're in. And if this one fucking decision to bring a kobold in because he could question, we don't know actually if he has the skills or if he found everything he said he made in that carcass. If he does something to our ship and we sink, we're all fucked. Okay?
Well,
If we
you
can't
would
get
be.
to our destination, again, we're fucked. If he holds us up because we have to do repairs to the ship because he did something, we're fucked. Is any of this... I'm not deliberately trying to spoil your grand idea of having a fun little kobold friend.
It's more of just making him useful because he's cheap. Instead of going to a blacksmith. I mean, what?
We don't have time. Like the plans to have all these great cool stuff, like that's after we deal with the imminent danger we're in kind of thing. If you want to bring him on, sure. Let's call it that. We'll say Mia the bitch says no, but you bring him on instead. And he's your problem. And if something happens and the world goes down in flame, I will save all of my breath to throw you under the bus for this one little decision.
I would like to just say that I would sadly agree with Mia on this one because
Point.
for all we know, he could have been the thing that, or been the reason why their thing is barely floating.
Oh, be my guest. Bring him on. What's his name? Number 2. Welcome to the ship. Everybody's joining Lights Gambit today. It's free. We don't even have to duel.
I have joined Lights Gambit. I am Galloy Steelheart. Lights Gambit.
I love you.
And then Mia just walks away because, frankly, I am done with this. It is stupid, and Mia has spent far too long trying to understand people.
And the hammer.
Yep. Nope. Malgo's grabbing the hammer and we're like,
I
hammer.
quickly scour back onto my maps because I want no part of this anymore.
Also, he didn't sell you the hammer. He said the hammer's his, right?
So, unless someone stops them, the kobolds are going to continue offloading number 2 stuff onto the deck of your guys' ship.
Oh, Mia's not going to stop them, but she's also going on, so the gangplank's going to end up in the water.
Hey, Galloway, we need to get on that ship before she leaves us.
Want a hand getting shit loaded up?
Malagos is grabbing that one barrel that had the shiny things in it, and the hammer, and pulling it onto the ship.
Hawks is just going to be behind Mia and be like, Mia,
Is it important?
I just wanted to apologize for being obnoxious there.
Thank you. And she just walks away. I have no capacity to answer nicely, so I'm just not going to answer at all.
So,
Malagos has tested Mia to the limit.
So with 7 containers full of scraps and other items, a newfound kobold, the 2 ships start to part way, and to any that pays attention, as the ships get further and further apart, you can hear what almost sounds like celebrating from the kobold ship.
Yeah. If we go down, I'm personally standing on top of Malagos until she's fully submerged in the water and drowning. I'm just calling it now. This
We're
was
all
my
gonna
13th
die.
reason. This was Mia's 13th reason.
Has Malagos pushed her luck that many times?
Oh, yeah. It's just this one time.
I didn't say it was just Malagos. This is just of the many of the contributions from everyone, including Mia's own stupidity. But this is for certainly the 13th reason.
No one's forcing you to stay on the ship. You can feel free to walk.
Mia's the captain.
I forfeit all responsibility.
Mia,
We're gonna die in our sleep.
Mia secretly knows that Galley wants to come for her position as head honcho, so she will stay there until they drag her to the pits of hell.
Well, the funny thing is, Gallo's going to outlive you, given all other goes right.
I don't know.
Gallo
I just
will
have to
outlive all
blow
of you.
rust in the wrong direction, and I think I might have an edge.
With the kobolds coming on board and knowing what Saren has on her bags and the stuff that's in the
Oh,
hold,
it's just the
I
one.
I would like to lock down where all of our gold and important shit is, and like absolutely lock it down to the point where Yagi would have trouble getting into it. Like every fancy knot, trick, lock, tripwire alarm.
Understood. So none of us can access our cargo except
Yeah.
for Sarah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
You should probably tell the crew that,
Oh, no,
otherwise you will get sent.
Sarah's told everyone, she goes, I've done this. There's a good reason. We have
We've
lots
things.
of money's worth of things in that space. And she's going to go up to the little kobold and say, you touch my shit, you die.
Melius will translate that. Melius
like-
translate
Oh, Malagus
to
translate.
Kobold.
And I'm going to loom over him in the most menacingly, threateningly, terrifying way I can. With the point where people are going, yeah, no, this person's definitely killed people.
She will hurt you. She will make you fish food.
That's okay. I got a basket full of scorpions.
Did somebody say food?
Speaking of, I think it's long past time I went and got lunch ready.
Melios is going to take number 2 to a spare room. Don't
Don't
be
need
shit in
it.
there.
He's not
Tell
sharing
me.
our room, Malagars.
No. He's in like the smallest spare room she could find.
Absolutely not. You put that bitch in a hammock somewhere close to the most undesirable place.
Oh,
Good day.
yeah. Well, here's what we can just say. He's in the tiniest space in a hammock with all of his shit next to, what is the smelliest place on a ship?
Is
Besides
this
the
what we
deck?
do with short people now?
The
No.
privy? Yeah, park him next
Yeah,
to
the privy.
There is no privy on his ship.
There's a poop deck.
Yeah, you just stick your
You
just
stick
stick
your
the
butt
end-
over the rail.
This is
yeah.
Well,
disgusting
no,
news,
some
and this is
some
why I
boat-
don't care to learn about boats.
There's some boat that had like a little tiny room that had a hole, and he just squatted over the hole.
Yeah, I don't see
also
one of them
imagine
rooms
that,
on this
that
ship.
hole would just
Oh boy.
be direct lined out to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I imagine
where-
the only person who would have access to it would be the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Look, I just have a feeling that after this boat trip, we're all going to know far more about each other and our bathroom habits than anyone ever needed to know.
Oh, most definitely.
Yup.
Considering that Mia is the one closest to the poop deck. She's going to learn the most about us. Aren't you lucky?
And so, as dinner looms,
I guess is going to lay down rules for this kobold. I'm not going to like RP it out, but like she's going to make sure he knows.
Well-
Don't take anything that is not in these barrels for you.
after that lovely encounter, we're probably going to call it there since it is a holiday weekend and we are missing 2 people. So, with number 2 on the ship, with all of his stuff, we're going to call it there. And I'm going to tell everybody to have a wonderful holiday weekend. And to remember... Go ahead.
What's the hammer?
Galloway's still wondering if he got the hammer or not.
I was going to say, Melios would have tried to like found another hammer to trade with Kobold number 2 so Galloway could have that big hammer.
And you can try to do that when we come back after the break.
I'm writing this note down.
So I will say, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Enjoy your time with friends and family. Happy Easter. And as always, there are 20 sides to every story. Roll for yours. Have a good night, guys. Bye.